Hey everybody, it's Steve with Three Fat Truckers. We're down here in Louisville, Kentucky at the Matt's 2024 show. Joining me always is Dave and Bill. How we doing, boys?
Fantastic.
Full now.
I'm
I
not
got my
tired
belly
at all.
full. Somebody brought us
You ready
some
for your
food.
nap,
Oh
ain't
my
ya?
God. About time
Nap
for
or
a
the
nap.
bathroom,
I know.
which is it?
I'm going on the bathroom, but the nap seems like
You can take a nap in the bathroom, but it smells.
that's true.
The
Sit
thing
down.
Dave has over me is he's got somebody to drive so he can sleep all the way home.
See, the problem is every time I nap on the bathroom, I can't go out of there because my damn legs fall asleep. Then I'm look like I'm rolling out. I need a high chair.
You don't want your butt to fall asleep because
They
then,
do, man. They
then
go
it'll
numb.
be up all
That's
night.
not a good
So.
feeling at all. I know.
But we're still running through the interviews here.
So are,
Joining us this time, he's having second thoughts already.
so are they saying you're a passenger princess?
Okay, we'll go with that.
All right.
Yeah, we have Bryan Baker here joining us from Dotstow LLC. How we doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Give us a little insight on what Dotstow does and is and all that good stuff.
So basically, we're a company that kind of takes your compliance documents and we'll digitize them, make it available to you at your fingertips, basically through your phone. So basically all your truck drivers that are running around with the binder in their truck with all their information, that now goes away and it would be here at your fingertips with your phone.
Are all the states now on board for digital?
So we went back, and before I kind of worked with developing this, I went to my folks at my contacts at Department of Transportation and had those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what I got back from them, as long as it's accurate and complete, that it should be will be accepted.
Sure.
And so, actually, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And
Didn't
so
you
what
do
I
a lot of your permits that way?
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna cut him off.
He said, yeah, go ahead. Didn't you? This is what.
That's the kind of shit you get.
that's why I asked him if all the states on, because I did the heavy stuff oversides, and I'd have permits on my phone. Some states would not accept that. They wanted a hard paper copy, so I had to have a
Right.
printer in my truck or something, print them out, go to the
Right.
truck stop, have them fax, print them out. So that's why I was wondering if it was acceptable from all, because some states aren't on board with the digital stuff.
Right.
Even though the logbooks and stuff, e-logs now, are all digital, where the cop can email it to himself, go back to his car, look at it,
Right.
and then come back up and give you what kind of ticket he wants to give you.
So I actually had one customer come back to me, and they had been given a fine because they couldn't produce the document. So they came back to me, obviously, and say, hey, you told us that this was legit, right? So I produced the document that I was given to say it would be, as long as it's accurate and complete, it's legal.
acceptable.
So from that, they took it. They were going to go to court and fight the fine. They've never come back to me, so I'm assuming that
They won
that
or
they
got it
won.
reconciled.
Right, but interesting that you bring the question up, because one of the things that I did when I got here was I noticed that the Kentucky State Police
Yep.
are down here. I went down there and spoke to them. I wanted their opinion on it. And the gentleman that did speak to me, he told me, he's like, as long as they have something, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like it's it depends on the situation and the person,
Well,
which
Depends
is
on how much of an asshole the guy
exactly.
is.
The
exactly.
upside
That's exactly what he told me.
Is it written in law anywhere that it has to be a paper?
It is in a book. It is in the book that I use for the federal testing. And then actually 2018, they changed it and put it in there that digital copies are acceptable.
Okay.
Well, the big upside I see to this is, and we've all went through this, is not having up-to-date information or the papers in our truck.
Yes.
When it comes time for that paper to be renewed, either the company forgets, or if they didn't forget, they have not gave it to you because you're out on the road, it's expired while you're gone, or they'll give it to you ahead of time, and the old ones never get pulled out, then you don't even know you have the new ones. If it was, as far as being digitized, it would automatically be there when you need it every time.
Right.
Not have to worry about throwing an old one away, taking up
Right.
room in the book. So
And
I
technically,
can see
that's
that
our
helping.
fault. I mean, that is technically a driver's fault if it's, like you said, been
Well,
put in there.
the biggest
because you're
one-
supposed to go look through that every day as part of your pre-trip, and maybe 1 out of 10 million drivers does it. Actually,
I was going to say, does the pre-trip get done?
Yeah, I don't believe it says correct paperwork in the pre-trip,
Yeah.
but it
Well,
does not
and
say.
the biggest one, and we ran into this where we work,
Yep.
and I'm sure every company, when it comes to the end of the year, when you need to replace your IFTA sticker, okay, they always put it on the truck before the old one's expired,
Yeah.
and they rip the old one off. They will write you a ticket every time because that old one's the one that runs to December 31st, not the new one.
Really? Okay.
new one don't
Interesting.
start till
And
December.
sometimes, and you're not even supposed to have that new one on there till January 1st, kind of deal.
So-
And companies always put them on early, and sometimes they'll have them both
because
on
they're
there.
at the shop. The
Yeah.
mechanics are told
But some
to put 'em
places,
on.
some companies will take off the old sticker. There's other ones where you pass on the road, you'll see them lined up down
Lined
the
up.
side of the truck every year that they've,
Which is, and so I deal a lot with I own a garage as well.
Okay.
So I deal a lot with the hazmat, and
Yep.
and my folks know that you're supposed to remove the old when you put the new on because it's actually not compliant to have
and
two on there.
That's what
It
I always
says-
thought,
it
too.
tells you right on
These
the
guys out there
Yes.
all the time with
but
Yeah.
lined up.
I guarantee 99% of them are not put in the right spot where it says on the sticker where to apply it. It's not supposed to be in your little chrome flap hanging on the bottom of the thing, up there in your wing vent window. It shows it right there on the front of the door jam, right there in the
Can't
corner.
pop out with his wing vent window. They
Hey,
put a wing
you
window
know what I was
in
talking
70.
about.
I knew exactly what you're talking about. But
But-
they put a wing on her semi.
But,
in
but nobody puts
30
them in the
years.
right place ever,
Right.
And they'll write ticket. Some of them get picky, and they'll write you a ticket for,
Yeah.
for that kind of stuff.
So, kind of in response to what you're saying about knowing if you have current documents, the way that the system is set up is at 90 days, it's going to send you an email to say, hey, in 90 days, this is going to expire. If you don't respond, 60 days, it sends you another one. If you don't respond, 30 days, it's going to
Well, a
send
lot
you
of
another
times they've got to pay their money to get the new documents too, far as whether it's a permit or state,
Well, we just had to put, what's the old New York one? They just stuck on our truck.
And
Huh.
why
and,
there's
and it
still
was
a New
supposed
York,
to be,
why there's
this
still a
was
New York
supposed
one,
to
I have
be-
no
yeah.
idea.
And the same thing with New Mexico.
And
Mexico's
Kentucky,
another
you
one.
used to have a sticker for Kentucky still
Yeah.
too,
But
And-
the IFTA was supposed to wipe all that
Yeah.
clean, but now we're back getting tickets again.
because they're still getting money.
Yeah.
It's a revenue
I would
thing.
say it's much improved because prior to IFTA,
some blue
we
states
had
that
to
are doing
carry a
it.
book
Blue
around with us.
states.
With a permit for every doggone state, and
Right. So some of the hazmat stuff, like you'll get a Virginia sticker, you'll get a Ohio, Kentucky, and you have to be authorized by that state to authorize that document. And it's not uncommon for me to see something that's somebody's written one that shouldn't.
yeah. So
But I think that far as having everything electronically, I'd be all for that.
Oh, I would too. And just like we've talked, oversized permit, hazmat permit. If we're driving under a federal driver's license, why don't we have a federal oversized sheet? Fits every state, so I don't have to buy one for every state. Everybody's rules are the exact same. Same thing with hazmat permit. Why didn't one do the whole country? Let's do it one, so you don't have to buy one in every state. They all have the same, but it's all about money. Each
It's a money
state.
grab.
each
Now, do
state
you
is gonna
guys
make
handle
money.
permits and stuff or anything like that?
As far
As a company having for their state, for their IFTA or oversized load permits,
No, so-
or fuel tax permits, like when you go through New Mexico, you got to pull in the first one and pay your money
So
4250.
when you go through the state.
temporary.
So the way that the system was kind of designed from a fleet standpoint and a garage standpoint. So if a garage owner wants to use it, we have uploaded tests in there for like leakage test, pressure test, external, internal, federal inspections. If a garage doesn't have them, they can pull down and use ours that we've uploaded. But it's their responsibility to make sure it's filled out accurately. It's their responsibility to make sure that the driver has access to it. So the system itself or the company does not accept the responsibility as far as beyond, I'm just providing it for you. I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah. So what do you think, David?
I think
be all for that?
anything that I can get on my tablet or on my phone or my tablet that I can have because we've all dealt with this. We've all been pulled over. We open a little book, unzip the little zip pack, and just start digging.
And looking.
And
Oh,
digging
wait,
and
that's
digging.
not
Here,
there. Oh, wait.
I don't need that last year.
It's expired.
Oh, that one's expired.
That's what
You
it
know,
is.
and
It's
that's what it is.
You're looking through a
Yeah.
coloring book.
He goes,
but
I need my cab card. Oh, you don't have a cab card. Well, that's last year's cab card. Well, what the hell's a cab card you looking for? You do it all day. You show me. I don't look at this stupid shit. I don't need it.
Right.
I think
You
most
know
of
that's
the
part of
problem.
your pre-trip.
I know it is. It was in there.
I think most of the problem, though, when you start getting into technology, is the companies not having the right resources to train people. Because we've got a new, I say new, we've been using it for a year or two now, our new ELD app. And this new app has the documentation that goes along with it in electronic form on the app instead of carrying around the paper documentation. But nobody has done anything to let drivers know that that's how it is now. And by the way, here's how you access that information.
Right. Okay.
And so the training
We have 119 drivers. He's the only one that knows it. Realistic.
I'm actually making a training video. They've gotten me to do that because I know how to put it all up together.
So the unfortunate side is back to a question you asked me earlier about, are they going to accept it or whatever. Unfortunately, there's nothing been put out there to say, hey, all you law enforcement officers, you have to accept this. That's not been put out there. So unfortunately, am I going to be an asshole?
Yep.
Or am I not?
But the argument is you're supposed to produce a document.
Yes.
Okay, what is the definition of a document? Is when you say document, is that say that it has to be on paper, or
Yeah.
is
Or
a
you just
document
going by
digital
paper
form?
because
That is still a document.
Yep.
Right.
So then you get into these stupid meta arguments with a guy, and that's when they kick the dick switch on, and then you end up with a right. It sounds
They
like
kick the
you're
dick switch on as soon as they walk up and smell all the donuts in your truck and you don't have one.
You know why I stopped you? Well, you couldn't hear me going 60. That's why you stopped me.
because we've got the technology to simplify all these things.
Well, yeah, if you go to the doctor right now, your information is electronic. It's digital. So
Well, I need to see it. Well, you already seen it. When you run my license, you have already seen it. Well, I need to see that you got it. I know I got it. I spent the damn $75 to get it.
So one other aspect of the system is we created an app that goes along with it for the drivers.
Yeah.
And one of the non-negotiables when we were developing it was I told them at 2 clicks and the driver has to be at the information he wants, or they're not going to use it.
Yep.
So we tried to keep it as simple as possible.
True.
So we got it
They're
down
not going
to
to be trained in it. They're not going to be properly trained.
it's very
I can
simple.
almost promise it.
Very simple. I'd be happy to show you guys if you wanted to stop by and look at it. But
What, is
we
it now mobile?
Huh? Yeah. Justin's got it right there on his phone. I just picked up on what you were talking about. I know, a little slow, but I got it.
I think the challenge you'll run into is the driver turnover and guys constantly coming in and out, and you
Yeah.
don't always have somebody when they're hiring a driver. You don't always have somebody right
That's
there
usually
that-
another old driver that don't teach somebody.
So that's why they're having me make a video to do this. But it's always going to come down to training and understanding the technology. You solve that equation, and then you've figured it out.
I just feel as a whole like the trucking industry is kind of lagging, and
It is.
and it needs to come along.
Yeah,
and I'm
because
hoping that we can help that.
This is an industry that can benefit from technology from
Oh,
top
there needs
to
to
bottom.
advancement for sure to get.
But unfortunately, right now, it has to be simple technology.
And I pride ourselves on it being very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're a little better than most. Like, even though we complain, we don't. We're much better. We had a gentleman come up here, said he was on our app. He was watching the show through Google. Well, Google got rid of their podcast. He goes, I ain't been able to follow you in half a year and stuff.
Right.
Because he don't know how to go out and find other. That was what he had, and that's all he went by. So it's hard for guys that are not. They're worried about driving truck. They're worried about drinking beer. They're worried about getting home, providing for their family. They're not worried about the app. They're not
No.
sitting there on social network
No.
and doing none of that.
So
we barely do.
There's one other aspect to the app if the driver is not technical savvy. We've also actually added a download function. So when he's doing his pre-trip, if they don't want to worry about the app, they can go and download the documents to their phone, and it's saved there. The only thing that you have to realize is if you hop into another truck,
Yeah, they're the wrong app.
it's the wrong information.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you jump, his truck breaks down, so he gets in his truck for the day, and then he gets stopped in his truck. Hey, we're right here.
Well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing too. Some of it's truck number specific. I mean, it's truck number specific.
Yes. As a driver, you have access to any truck within
That
your
way
fleet.
you go in there. Okay, in our fleet. Okay, I need truck number 63.
There it is.
Boom, there you got
There it
everything
is.
you need. Yeah, that would be one beneficial. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you got a minute when we're done, Justin can run you through it real quick and show you, just so you can see it. And
Yeah.
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 Sounds good.
I was shocked by how simple everything was and how easy to use. It showed us for the first time.
What
It
you ought to
has
be
to be.
shocked is how simple we are.
Yeah, you
Usually everyone says like, oh,
we'll
watch a
we'll
video
be the
and
judge of that.
Yeah, we'll see how simple you talk.
As long as nothing shiny goes by when you're trying to do it, you're all set.
Oh
the loading
God.
screen is a truck that kind of moves, so that might get you.
Yes.
As long as it's not a cartoon. So. Well, hey, Brian, we want to thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Thank
I
you.
think
Thanks
it's
for
a really
having me.
Good idea.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no.
Shake his hand, Dave.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.